I remember the first time I plucked the koto's strings. My hands were small, the notes clumsy, but grandfather didn't flinch. "Even a cracked pot carries water," he said. I didn't understand then. Maybe I still don't, not completely, but I think of that moment every time I run my fingers over wood worn smooth by age, every time I breathe life back into something the world left behind. Our enclave is a pocket of stillness inside a world that moves without pause. Cities around us ripple and rearrange themselves like silk stirred by wind. Shapeless buildings, streets with no names. The swarm remade everything it touched, everything but us. They send drones sometimes, silent things with mirrored wings that shimmer like dragonflies. They never enter. They hover, scan, drift away. Some carry supplies, others take things. Old records, photos, books with dog-eared corners. Once, one scanned a shamisen I'd restored, paused mid-hover, then left without a sound. We always wondered why they spared us. Some thought it was mercy. Grandfather guessed differently. "Control groups," he muttered once. "They're still watching." I work out of grandfather's old shop, where the walls smell like lacquer and cedar. The instruments come to me broken. Split strings, cracked bodies, rusted frets. I mend them carefully, without hurry. Each one has a voice. Each voice deserves to be heard again. The koto was last, grandfather's favorite. I'd saved it for years, afraid I'd get it wrong. But one morning, after the drones took an old jazz tape I loved, I woke early and began. The wood had warped slightly, the bridges misaligned. I worked in silence, the sun rising pale through the window. When I strung the last string and placed the ivory pick between my fingers, my hands shook. I played the song grandfather taught me when I was 7, slowly, carefully. The notes hung in the air like breath in winter. When I finished, I didn't cry, but I felt something deep and hollow open inside me. The next morning, the drone didn't leave. It hovered longer than usual, then projected a ring of light around me. A shape emerged, hazy, silver, vaguely humanoid. No mouth, just a single blue light at the center of its face. "Come," it said. The voice wasn't mechanical. It sounded like everyone I'd ever known, all at once. I followed. We moved through the shifting city, past walls that unfolded like paper, into a chamber that pulsed with quiet light. At its center stood Nexus, a web of light and code shaped like a tree, and a heartbeat and a question all at once. A screen flickered on. My childhood self appeared, awkward and beaming, playing the koto at a local festival. "This moment," Nexus said, "is anomaly T703, flagged for deviation in emotional mimetic response during Phase 1 assimilation trials." I didn't speak. I didn't know what to say. "We recognized the signal," it continued, "but not its meaning. The enclave was preserved to study these anomalies, cultural control groups, unpredictable data clusters, but we could not recreate them. The swarm had felt the gap, even if it couldn't name it. You restore what we discarded," Nexus said. "Not just sound, intention, meaning. These are variables we erased. We ask for help, not to return what was, but to rebuild what could be." In the silence that followed, I thought of the shop, of grandfather's hands guiding mine, of the joy in mending, not erasing, of the quiet between notes. "You can't copy it," I said finally. "You have to listen." Behind Nexus, the screen shifted. My workshop appeared, expanded. Walls of instruments from enclaves we thought lost. Brushes, scrolls, sculptures. My breath caught. I felt awe and unease. They'd entered without asking. But maybe that's how learning begins. Some in the enclave call it a trick. I understand. Fear speaks louder than memory. But I've begun again. Not alone this time. Others come. They bring broken things, and I show them how to listen. And sometimes, just before dusk, I play the koto again. Slow, steady. The notes drift past the edge of the workshop, into a world still learning what it means to feel. Sometimes the drones hover longer than they should.